Yo, Akwaba, on today's edition of Trends on KDM, and when it comes to the institution of marriage, you can aware was it painful? Can aware no quantity then aware, but I think that quite recently there's been so many examples to why that particular adage is true. That aware no can work because Everton we. New way akwasi say oh we was young war na our night we able to there Gary we go on him no I basa but sometimes I believe when it comes to celebrity marriages that's even more complicated for some reason, and when it comes to issues of the reasons why people actually at the end of the day when I were most of the times the particular reasons why some of these marriages it ends the way it ends. Now, as an American in but comes down to Patapaa na Liha Miller. Now, Patapaa is a Ghanaian sensational, how do I say it, hip life artist. One Corner. One Corner was a crazy hit, and Oyobiana, he's more like an underground artist, but the grace fell on him. Let me just put it that way. Now, Obejidin all over Africa, Ghana, even Nigerians were even joining the craze, and because of that, he became famous. Oyobiana didn't quit you. Now, Charlie, and him there. So what kind of a star and a instrument? It means that definitely you attract some level of mood and. Let me put it this way: when you become famous, there's going to be a lot of attraction. You are going to attract stuff. You are going to attract different level of people, different kind of people, and some of these people now are the one intentions. But Obian and I do not about Abraham. But sometimes maybe if you are not really how do I say? If you are not really properly informed, you might think maybe because of your fame, everybody is in to sort of be or like you for who you are, but actually on them. So, as an American, it's in teacher, but Patapaa and his wife, Liha Miller. Liha Miller is a German. Now, he's a German, and I honestly didn't know why the girl was so. All of a sudden, she became. Like she became all over Patapaa, like it was kind of weird to me, but I was like, okay, I mean, it can be love at first sight. But one relationship, now one marriage, one or two things happened. But according to Patapaa is saying that he feels like Besiano Banabra boom because of the fame he had to sort of parasite the fame because also not famous. And this is what he's raising now because of the marriage, the way or ending up. And then they asked him, okay, then how did the marriage and the marriage and why no see no agree? And also, one day he feels like the wife wasn't really acting like a wife because you are married to a man and then you go and do a video whereby you are almost naked on a bed and then doing all kind of thing more like a video vixen. Now a video vixen is Missy Afana over video now, watch her body now. So he felt like it was a bit disrespectful on the lady's part, even though the issue was at court. The reason why away and here them, he felt very much disrespected. Now the issue is when Patapaa was talking, you could actually feel the bitterness and the pain because hosting on the Kasaka we raise different conversations, but for some reason on the Kasakrano Bisan and some for Patapaa will come back to the issue with no wife no Abakani. So I believe at some point Krano host it seems there assembly here because assembly of a Kebiano now I call back to the wife and issue. But you know how men sometimes we are maybe our best friend or a hardcore now but deep within him he's probably hurt about the issue on the wife or the lady has done something to hurt him.
So for respect, I'm better made my judge,
Okay.
Most videos on them put also in a gross.
Okay.
Most videos about just the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
Osan fear port movies I say no shana ring now. It says I respect now young painful na judges now Ghana ha sa respect na say dem no sa game
Patapaa woni wagya nti den respect bi na wo huru nipa no so woni wagya ade na won to ho ase
ayo na oni meja yo
wo na ne gya yi
court won na say
court nti mi nka hwe mu mi enu mo te mo ho ase eno ano nipa no so woni wagya nti na biem e so to ho ase na mo twetwam na che say obi afa ne
da bio na me ka no nti ase ono nam no wa atwa microphone na say ye jai na bibia ekosan opa me kan che ne say se me na me yo bite so na e na makoda mpodua so abla yan kase wo
patapaa e hwan
Patapaa ne o de Patapaa ye Patapaa bi obo wa mbona
ah wo free hen
official bro
aguna so edu
yeah man
okay
Patapaa obi o ya humble but me dey justice hence na me justice things na mo frame say o wife ni say me hwe no internet
okay
me law like ye koye wo court na ye koye ne time aso ye nko wo ngo eden enko twim me tum ko jan abo na nka say me no go ni na eden ejai wasa me hye me ring on hye ne ring I respect say my judges no
okay
so no ho na me wal no for 5 years
okay
na nka wo bon say me no buy dam podua so na me yi me dross na ma ye BBC na ka bare stamp watch ma tum
emrebe na wo so be musician
oh me de start here me start before answer no be hit until na me dream ni say
okay
me ye hit
okay
na me so me shira no na again we be ye mo de abenya fame nti most of the time wo ho a opeso okasa me be dey meje so
why na
Liha
asa wo kasa seconds bia no afa ayire ni so din amem asa oba no
oh da me so on ne da me pe no na
me say ben na uhun say obeba be ye Patapaa ba be ye papa
unim say na yire na kasa o ye falasini
but from what I personally witness, I feel like the guy, he's still bleeding and he's still not cool with whatever happened between on the lady. Now, Lady Nangas, I honestly say I'm ashamed for because recently she's been granting interviews in Ghana here. She's running, I think, all Nigeria, all your skits. And then quite recently, he's even, I don't know whether he's married to the guy, but Nigerian guy be, the dog, the crowd, social media, on the crowd, Charlie. It seems the lady has moved on. Now, that makes me think maybe a Patapaa that the lady was in for the fame or no might be true. I mean, looking at how she's doing, because she's doing skits, which means that she's still chasing some level of fame, some level of celebrity status. So it means that when the Patapaa hits in the bed and one corner in the bed, I feel, and from my deduction, I mean, it's a forensic deduction and forensic observation. So from my observation and from me someone I'm used to nyama one to be me cross me connect the dots. It feels like so Patapaa became a hit with one corner, and the lady realized, okay, I want to be famous, but I need a platform. I need some level of a bridge to cross to the other side. Now Patapaa looked like a ripe offending. Either he was ripe for what the lady was looking for, like someone or something to be a medium for her to actually blow or to be popular or to reach that status. So he also came close to Patapaa, and I believe he embedded Patapaa so Charlie. We have Brunia idea and also other now come out kakra idea all chen or dona. So he also fell for the whole thing. Not quite. So now you see, at some period of time they were married. Now when the fame, because Patapaa for some time now, when Jumbio be released piano, is not so much of a hit like one corner. Now the fame was going down, and then when no Lady Nangas and the real intent, okay, started showing up, because like paying for cancer be there. Subano today instant infancy, then we'll pay you, yes. So when Patapaa's fame was dwindling or was going down, and the lady no Charlie. The original idea and all the bed, Charlie, it seems like Ninsaran can't, it's not no move on, because I mean you are married to someone and then all of a sudden you dissolve the marriage, and then all within a very short period you are marrying somebody else, doing skits and all those things. I mean, I know it's not her culture cause or a white person, and all for them some certain things like that, maybe they have a different perception and a different culture around it, so she doesn't see the big deal. But even that, I think it's a human thing. If you are really into someone, that's a wujay krona. I think if you really were into the person, some level of respect and decorum you have for the person, no? If the person is popular, to even redeem the person's image, na nimpano some respect and nimpano, and maybe you will try to go low kakra. No, remain low key even before you go into. Even you can date. Nobody is saying you shouldn't date, but to marry just after that, it's personally, if you ask me, I think Patapaa might be right in his assumption there, lady there, that to just maybe attain some level of fame. But somebody will also say that Patapaa wasn't that famous for him to actually say that the lady used him for fame. But that's subjective. I mean, he was famous because Patapaa, I've not met him before, but here I am talking about him, and probably you have also, I mean, Atsinidinda. So technically he's famous because Asia and the so what he's saying might be true. So when it comes to the issue of celebrity marriages and a whole lot, Charlie, it's a long thing because you go on the media and you realize people that you thought they were very cool and very loving towards each other, you realize then the time you go into the issue, they ask them, and there's a whole lot of stuff that actually happen in the marriage, and it's not a good example for the young people that we are coming up there because it's very scary. The issue with MEDIKAL and Fela quite recently, they were role models to people. But I mean, these people are showing love. I mean, when MEDIKAL releases a song, original, I mean, one feel they were dancing together. I mean, that's love. I mean, so, people were inspired. The youth were inspired. Oh, our very nice. I mean, look at what MEDIKAL is doing with fella. All of a sudden, and Charlie says, MEDIKAL is typing in Chinese. I mean, I don't know what could right now. I don't know. I don't know whether he has a Chinese ancestry or lineage, but he's now typing in Chinese because Adiana Konimu. So it's a very. I'm not supposed to be laughing because Onyazo is zero. I mean, we need people that are going to be good role models for marriages, because marriage is a culture that I think we should preserve. But I don't know, so that's the issue with Liha Miller and Patapaa's marriage. So when it comes to the issue of marriage, I feel there is a lot to talk about. I think we should actually even organize people. I think we will bring people to the studio to actually discuss the issue of marriage in relation to whether these days marriages are really losing their relevance in the society. The issue of DNA tests that is, wrecking a lot of marriages, and what causes those things. And Charlie, to find a really we have to go into it, because the rate at which, especially me, when I'm talking to my friends about marriages, the guys, they don't want to get married before God and man. They don't want to get married. Because it's a lot. It's a lot, and I feel it's not a good thing, because it's out of marriages that you and me, we all are able to even experience in this whole thing called life. And me personally, I grew up with my mom and dad, and even though they had their issues, but I believe it contributed to how I was raised and how I'm able to also understand certain aspects and certain things in relation with life. But I think that quite recently, the youth are more looking at baby daddy, baby mommy kind of vibe. So it's like, no, I don't want to stay with the woman, I don't want to stay with the man. Then we just co-parents and all those things. But I don't know in the long run, the effect that it will have on the institution of marriage. But I feel like marriage is still a culture that is worth preserving. So it's a promise. We are going to speak about this issue in KDM Studios. I think somebody should give me a drum roll. Oh, Charlie, editor, where you did? So it's a promise. We are going to bring people here, and we speak about the issue of marriages and why it's not really sustainable, and why marriages are going down the drain now. Probably we'll look at the physical side, the emotional side, the spiritual side, and then we find a right way to actually navigate the whole issue of marriage. And the BBA better than bottle now. Charlie, media, if it's all about things that are going to have impact on you. Okay, things that content that is going to bring some level of impact in your life, that are going to be practical, that you can also use to actually do life better. So I mean, when it comes to those things, I'm definitely down for it. So Charlie, be in anticipation for that. And Charlie, this is trends on KDM, as I said. So Patapaa, I'm talking to you. I hope he has the strength to actually sail through this whole episode of his life. Now, because the way I can, honestly speaking, I think the way you're broken heart, but maybe he has not realized it. Patapaa, if you are watching me, missing the ABI you're broken, you have to go for therapy, because the way Eric and someone either will be sawana asansa call back. No, that's pain. That's pain. That's pain. Pain and bitterness. Yes. So Patapaa has to probably see a therapist, because whatever the lady did, I think is still inked in his soul on in. Oh yeah, but anyway, that's that's just by the way. So Charlie, we've come to the end of this episode of Trends on KDM, and Charlie, the name is Donald, and I'll definitely see you on the other side.